In a bid to redistribute the overwhelming population in Port Harcourt and Obiakpo local government areas, Governor Sim Fubara flagged off the city. Hello viewers and welcome to InfoGist TV. Fubara promises to decongest Port Harcourt, create more cities. The Rivers State Governor Similayo Fubara says machineries are on towards the actualization of the development blueprint of ending the one city status of the state and attracting more inventors. Fubara'S spoke during an inspection visit to the Greater Port Harcourt City Development Authority office and project sites in Ikwere local government areas of the state. The governor said his administration is determined to do more by adding to what he has inherited of the agency in order to establish more cities in Rivers State. He said, I can assure you that in our time, we might not achieve the dream of that big city in 4 years, but we will add a few things that would also help us in getting at that large target. This is because we are thinking of decongesting the present one city state that we have, which is Port Harcourt and Obiakpo. We are thinking of developing other parts of the state, and our coming here is to see what the agency has been doing, what you have done already, and what you can also do to make us achieve more new cities in our state. Fubara noted that despite the challenges and the agencies has been facing, if their development ideals are aligned with those of the state government, mutually with required synergy provided, there will be remarkable difference in what will be achieved within his tenure, and further charged the agency to be self-sustained as outlined by the establishment law through attracting investors. His address, the sole administrator of Greater Port Harcourt City Development Authority, Ambassador Desmond Akawo, informed that since its establishment in 2009 by the Greater Port Harcourt Law, the agency has been slowed down in its mandate of creating more cities because of its operational structure and the nature of the public-private partnership adopted. Now, in a bid to fulfill the Greater Port Harcourt City, Similayo Fubara-led Rivers State Governor has signed a public-private partnership framework agreement for the establishment of a new Port Harcourt city to be delivered on a 1,000 hectares of land that will serve as nucleus of network of urban centers designed to decongest Port Harcourt and break the one city jinx of the state. The Chief Press Secretary to Rivers State Governor Nelson Chukwudi disclosed this in a statement. Chukwudi said the memorandum of understanding signed at Government House in Port Harcourt was between the Rivers State Governor under the supervision of the Greater Port Harcourt City Development Authority and Rainbow Heritage Group. He said the Attorney General and the Commissioner for Justice, Dagogo Israel Iboroma, SAN, and Acting Director General of the Greater Port Harcourt City Development Authority, Dr. Tonte Davis, signed for the Rivers State Government, while the Group Managing Director, Mr. Oliver Beidima, signed for the Rainbow Heritage Group. Governor Fubara, who was represented at the signing event by the Attorney General, said the Rivers State has remained a one-city state, priding in the Port Harcourt city, even if its expansion has been poorly coordinated as it stretches into Obiakpo, Eleme, and Oyibo local government areas. He explained that the partnership deal between the Rivers State Governor, represented by the Greater Port Harcourt City Development Authority, and Rainbow Heritage Group Limited will ensure achievement of one of the 3 new cities his administration has proposed to establish. He said that today we all are going to witness a great event that will birth a new Port Harcourt city in Eleme local government area. That city will sit on 1 hectare of land, and it will be a well-planned scheme with all the features of a modern city in place. And so today we are going to sign the memorandum of understanding, and I assure you that the vision of our governor, with the support of Rainbow Heritage Group Limited and under the able leadership of the Greater Port Harcourt City Development Authority, we will see the betting of that new Port Harcourt city. He noted that the bold initiative would help decongest the heavily populated city of Port Harcourt and break the one city jinx that Rivers State has been noted for all these years. The Acting Director General of Greater Port Harcourt City Development Authority, Dr. Tonte Davis, explained that the expected new Port Harcourt city will be executed on 1 hectare of land and may be expandable. He said the engagement of Rainbow Heritage Group is evidence of the agency's commitment to achieving the mandate given to them by Governor Fubara to create more cities in the state. He stated that His Excellency said it's 1 hectare, but we are working towards having much more than that because there are going to be other satellite connecting towns to this new Port Harcourt city. It is called Newport City, not because we want to call it a Newport City, but because we look at the area as having the on-air port. Looking at the Greater Port Harcourt master plan, you will see we have 3 development nodes: the Old City, the International Airport, and the Onne Port. The Old City is there already existing. The International Airport is where the phase 1A of the Greater Port Harcourt City is, and now we have moved towards the Onne Port, and that is how the Greater Port Harcourt City will be pushed forward, just like Rainbow Heritage Group said, towards other connecting towns that will be created. He assured that the development of the new port city would bring about massive employment before, during, and even after construction works are concluded, bearing in mind that cities are not necessarily developed in one day. The group managing director, Rainbow Heritage Group, Mr. Oliver Beidima, stated how, as a group, they had always wanted such partnership with the River State governor and government to create a new city that would transform the lives of residents in the state. He said, so the new port city has been identified to be a strategic location. In fact, I can call it one robust strategic location we have in the region that combines the blue economy, agriculture, industry, real estate, and we can actually grow it as a major economic powerhouse in the West African sub-regions. He added that all necessary indicators, all the necessary features or parameters needed to build the city are all in place. The city is founded on strategic partnership, and we believe that it would have the opportunity to be able to build enough opportunities for emergence of new jobs, new businesses, anchor industries, outgrow farmers and exports. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party has declared support for Fubara'S over party crisis. The People's Democratic Party have restated their support for the River State Governor Similayo Fubara'S over the political crisis in the state, rising from their meetings in Jalingo, the Taraba State capital. The forum released a communique in which they also expressed their stand on the forthcoming Edo governorship election. The communique was read after the meeting by the chairman of the forum and Bauchi State Governor Alhaji Bala Muhammad. The communique reads, the PDP Governors Forum states its stand with Governor of River State and will engage the NWC of our great party to revisit the Congress with a view to correcting the anomaly and allowing His Excellency Governor Similayo Fubara'S to take his rightful leadership position of the party in the state. With regards to the forthcoming governorship elections in Edo State, we condemn the pronouncements by the president to comprise the election in favor of his party, as well as the systematic intimidation of the People's Democratic Party supporters by the Nigerian police, and call on the Inspector General of Police to call his men to order. The governors also expressed a sigh of relief on the way they end bad governance. The End Bad Governance protest ended, and the role played by the governors in restraining hoodlums and other unscrupulous elements from hijacking the protests. The governor also requested the federal government to review its macroeconomic and social policies. They called on the government to distinguish between revenue accruing to the federal government and that accruing to the federation in line with the constitution. The communique added, the forum reiterates that peaceful protests are the alienable rights of the citizens through which they vent their genuine grievances. The forum commiserates with the families of those innocent souls that were lost and calls on the federal government to ensure fair and speedy trial of those who were arrested. The forum laments that rather than undertake a review of macroeconomic and social policies with a view to giving them a human face, the federal government has resorted to blackmail. We call on Mr. President to show statesmanship by restraining his officials from blame games that make the subnational look bad by mentioning piecemeal interventions that cannot solve the problem. We remain unshaken in our firm resolve to stand with the suffering Nigerian masses and to take all legitimate steps to ameliorate their plight.